Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss what selection sort is and how to implement selection sort in code, right? So let's see, an array is given to you and you have to sort it using selection sort. So in selection sort, what happens is, as the name signifies, selection, right? So we are selecting the smallest element among all the elements and placing them at the correct position, right? So let's see, I'm going to place the first element. So at first index, the smallest element should be placed there, right? So I'm going to choose smallest element from this window size. The smallest element is 2, right? So I'm going to swap 2 with this 9. I'm going to swap these two indices. So after swapping, it will be 2, 8, 9, 4, 3. 2 is in the correct position, right? So now let's go for the next index. So now let's place here the correct value. So for that, the smallest element in this window will be placed here, right? So 2 will be placed as it is. Smallest element in this window is 3. We are just swapping 3 with 8. So 3 will be here, 9 will be here, 4 will be here, and 8 will be here. And in the next step, till here array is sorted, right? So we will look into this array. The smallest element is 4. It should be here. So we will swap with 9. So it should be 2, 3 as it is. 4 will come here. 9 will be here. 8 will be here, right? So till here the array is sorted. Now look into these two. Among these two, the smallest is 8. So 8 should be coming here. So just swap it. So after swapping, it will look something like 2, 3, 4, 8, and then 9, right? So now till here the array is sorted. Do I really have to sort this array, or is it already sorted? Since there is only one element, it is already sorted, right? So let's have an observation, like how many steps we had to do. To sort this, right? Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, right? Basically, we are moving a pointer from this index, from the starting index, till n minus second index. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be running in a loop. So the outer loop will carry a pointer, let's say I, and it starts from 0 and it will go till n minus 2, right? And what about the inner loop? I mean, on each step, what we are trying to do? We are trying to get the minimum element, right? From ith index till the last index. We are going to check which is the minimum index and then swap it with the ith index, right? So when I was here, I was at the first index, we took the entire array. When I was here, we took only this much, right? When I was here, we took only this much. So in the inner loop, we will maintain another variable, let's say j. It starts from I till n minus 1, basically till the last index. And this loop will get me the smallest element. Basically not the element, but it will give the index that is having the smallest element in that range. And once we found out the smallest index, we are going to swap, and once we got the smallest index, we are going to swap ARR of I with the ARR of smallest index. And that's it. You will be running two nested loops. The first loop will be a fixed point. In that point, we are going to place the smallest element, right? So the second loop will find the smallest element. So the outer loop will run for O of n, and the inner loop also will run for O of n at the worst case. So overall time complexity will be O of n square, right? So let's implement the same in code. So let's say ARR is the array and n is the size of the array, right? So let's go for the outer for loop. Int I equals to 0, I is lesser than n minus 1, I plus plus. Why n minus 1? We will go from 0 till the index that comes before last index, that is n minus 2. So it will go till n minus 2. That's the reason lesser than n minus 1 I have written here. And for each I am going to loop from I till the last index, and I'm going to take the index that is having the smallest element, right? So let's say I'm going to loop something like j equals to I, j is lesser than n, j plus plus. And let's say minimum index, minimum index, let's say I have taken I, and I'm going to check if the current element, that is if ARR of j is lesser than ARR of min index or not. If it is so, I'm going to change the min index, right? That means I've got a new smaller element, right? So min index will be j. So I'm going to close this, I'm going to close this. After this loop, I got a min index value, right? So I'm just going to swap ARR of ith value with ARR of min index value, right? So that's it for the code. Let's write it down in the code editor. So let's write down the code. Int ARR, let's keep size 5, and let's store the elements, same elements, right? 9, 8, 2, 4, and 3. So these are the elements, and for the namesake, let's store the size in a variable n. The outer loop will go from 0th index till n minus 1th index, right? So the outer loop will be running from 0, I is lesser than minus 1, I plus plus, okay. And here let's find out the minimum element, basically index having the minimum element, right? So let's say, so min index is initialized with I, and I'm going to get the minimum index from int j equals to I, j is lesser than n, sorry, j plus plus, and I'm going to check, like, yeah, is there any other element AR of j that is lesser than AR of min index? If there is, I have to change my min index. That means I have got a new index having smaller element, right? So min index will be j here, and that's how you got the minimum index. And after finding the minimum index, we are just going to swap what we are going to swap ARR of I with ARR of minimum index. So that's how we are going to sort it, and let's print them. Int I equals 0, I is lesser than n, sorry, I plus plus. We're just going to print ARR of I here. Let's see what the output is. Let's run this. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Okay, so it's sorted. If you want, you can make some changes here. Let's say that the min index didn't change. Like min index is I only, right? So is there any point of doing this operation? No, right? Because we are just swapping it with ourselves, right? So let's say if I is not equals to min index, then only we will go for the swapping. Let's print the output. Of course, same output will be coming. So 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 will be the output. So that's it for the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. And if you have something to write, please write them in the comment section. And until next time, see ya.